Good evening, everybody. Can everybody hear my voice and see the PDF on the screen? Excellent. I hope everybody has attempted the test which was sent on Monday, right? The fourth mock test with English, GK, maths, and reasoning. 150 questions, but last time we had a lot of questions from English. This time GK was the largest section. And a lot of students actually last time were worried that GK is one of their weak points. So with GK being such a large section, how was your experience with the paper? How did you find this? Not so great, would not recommend it. Vanshika. We don't have a choice of recommending. In fact, I always recommend a tough tests. Easy ones anybody can do. But we don't give tests for fun. We give tests so that we learn. And even in the exam, I always pray that the exam is tough. Because if the exam is easy, then even the unprepared candidates, they are able to crack it. So there is no difference between a well-prepared candidate and an unprepared candidate. But if the exam is tough, then although it won't be heavily scoring, but those who are not prepared at all will be eliminated. So I always like, even though during the exam it doesn't feel good, but overall I always prefer that I should be facing a tough paper so that the unprepared candidates get eliminated. Okay, so let's, as usual, take a look at the analysis of the paper. First, I'll quickly go through the sections to get an idea of what I'm facing, and then we will take the sections one at a time. So when I start the paper, 4 sections, 40 questions of English, 50 of GK, 20 of math, and 40 of reasoning. 150 questions, 2 hours with obviously negative marking. Okay. English, the very first thing is an RC, a medium-sized RC, but 15 questions from the single RC. Okay. Then 5 questions of grammar, then questions of idioms, fill in the blanks. Okay. And then order of sentences, that is jumbled passages, 5 questions. Okay. So out of 40 questions, 25 questions are quick and 1 RC, but 1 single RC with 15 questions. So, okay. GK, I quickly go through 2020, यानी कि current affairs type questions है शुरुआत में. Nobel Prize 2020, policy for 2025. A quick look, even without reading, just my eyes picking up numbers. And I get that initially a lot of current affairs and then maybe something of static. Okay. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Maths 20 questions. All seem to be one-liners. There doesn't seem to be any data interpretation question here. Okay. And finally, when I come to logical reasoning, they don't seem very long. Okay. Something based on relations or something, cause and effect जैसा कुछ तो I don't understand. I've not read it. Okay, this seems like a puzzle. Okay, something of verbal. Oh, okay. Now this seems like some relationship type question. 5 of them more. Okay, so some of the short questions seem to be at the end, but it has a fair mix of verbal questions also. So now I've gone through the paper and identified that not only is GK the largest portion, but even the other sections are not very easy, right? English definitely has RC in it. The maths portion, I have not seen the questions. It does not seem to have any data interpretation per se. And reasoning, there's a lot of verbal reasoning and not much of analytical reasoning, at least did not catch my eye. So with that, I'm mentally prepared. It's going to be a bit of a tough paper. It's not going to be a very scoring paper. So I need to be, whenever I know it is not a scoring paper, the first thing which comes to my mind is accuracy will matter. If it is a scoring paper, ठीक है. Accuracy तो तभी भी matter करता है. But in this paper where it is not going to be a scoring paper, even a single mistake, negative marking will cut from my very with great difficulty I have earned those marks, so to say, and even a single wrong answer will cut it down, and that I would not like. So here I will focus on not answering questions which seem tough to me. My strategy would be to only answer questions I'm relatively sure about. So I will try to minimize my negative marking in this paper. I will not worry if I don't get to answer too many questions. Mentally, I'm prepared that even if my attempts is not high, I will try to make my accuracy as much as possible. Okay. So having said that, obviously GK current affairs would have been my first attempt. I would have spent, let us say, about 20 minutes, right? And how many questions I would get right, I don't know. But in 20 minutes, my GK section of 50 questions is pretty much done. And even if I get, let us say, 30 of them right, 25 to 30 of them right, a score of around 25 should be decent. I know in GK it is a very big thing to score even 25 out of 50. But in 20 minutes, assuming that I have done good work preparing for current affairs throughout the year, then I would say anywhere 23 to 25 marks is very much doable in the first 20 minutes, right? Of course, at the end of the class, I will be sending you the answer key. You can check what score you got. But let's keep in mind that a score of 23 to 25 is what I'm looking at. So first we'll start, having completed GK, I will start with my English section where the RC I'm not even going to read. I'm going to leave the RC for the end. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to start with the other questions, right? RC I'm going to D at the end. Now, the question is it a disadvantage to do the RC first? Now, let me tell you why I do RC at the end. See, reading the RC itself takes time. I have to read the passage, then I have to read the question and then solve it. And if I don't understand the RC much, if I need to refer back to the RC while solving the questions, then I'm going to waste a lot of time, right? If I do RC first, if I can quickly answer all the questions in a very short amount of time, then it is absolutely fine, right? No rule says that RC has to be done at the end. That is my strategy that I'm talking about. If you feel that, and I'll tell you why doing RC in the beginning might be a good option for somebody. Some people, when giving the test, they start getting tired. And if towards the end of the paper, you are mentally tired, then reading a long RC and solving it might actually be difficult. So in that case, it would be to your advantage to try and solve the RC first, right? Now, after giving exams for so many years, I have found out that for me, the best strategy is not to do RC first. That's what you guys have to do. Every week that the tests you give, not only it's a question of getting the answers right, you must also be experimenting with the order of sections. Try RC first, then try GK first, try maths first, try different strategies. But analyze after every paper which strategy worked the best for you. Sometimes it may prove that doing RC first is good for you, right? So there is no strict rule what question has to be done first and last. I'm only going according to my strategy. Your strategy, after 3 or 4 mock tests, you have to decide, right? And obviously in the exam, if the paper is not at all what you expected, then the strategy has to change on the spot. Supposing you always decide that I will do RC first. What if there is no RC paper, no RC passage in the question paper at all? Or you decide to do RC at the end and the entire paper turns out to be full of comprehension passages. So obviously you cannot decide on a fixed strategy. You should have a general strategy in mind, but that's why every time I start looking at the paper, I don't say, okay, I will immediately start with GK. I go through the entire paper and then I start with GK, right? So that modification of strategy, you have to be ready to do on the spot. You should have a general strategy in mind, but going through the paper for the first minute or so will actually tell you what will be the actual strategy that you will use on the day of the exam, right? And it can vary. You have to be mentally prepared for that. In fact, I watch a lot of karate kung fu movies. So one of my Bruce Lee movies, Enter the Dragon, he says that when in a fight, I don't punch. My hand, it punches all by itself, right? Depending how the enemy attacks, he automatically reacts to it. He doesn't decide beforehand what fight he's going to do. Depending how the enemy is, he uses a tactic. The same thing in exam. Depending how the actual paper is, my strategy changes, right? Okay. So we start with the English section. Questions 16 to 20 is obviously error spotting. So 16 to 20, I'll give you the answer key. And then if there are any doubts in that, you can ask me. So B, A, C, D and D. Any doubts you can ask. If no doubts, I'll quickly move ahead then. 19th one. Okay. Oh, I did not like his comments on my paper, but I had no alternative. I said agreed to keep quiet. Quiet and quiet. Spelling. 19th one. Vanshika. Quiet. It is quite large. That is Q-U-I-T-E. But you keep quiet. Q-U-I-E-T. Right? Silence is quiet. So that is the wrong spelling in 19th. The 16th one. The laboratory of physics is not only equipped with all state-of-the-art instruments, but also with outstanding physics. Okay. See, it is equipped with both of them. So it should be the laboratory of physics is equipped with not only all states-of-art instruments, but also physicists. You are not saying it is equipped with instruments and also has physicists. You are saying it is equipped with both instruments and physicists. So in 16th, the second thing should read, the laboratory of physics is equipped with not only the state-of-art instruments, but also outstanding. Not only the first thing, but also the second thing. That is the structure. Do you get that? 16th one? Yeah, 16th, 17th, 18th, everything I'll have to do. No issues. 16th one, yes. Equipped with not only this, but also that. No, not only with, but also with. Okay, here it is given but also with. To theek hai. Then not only with this, but also with that. Yes, Kavya. That is how it should work. Yeah, Sanskriti. That's correct. ठीक है? 16th में all कहाँ excessive है? 16th में I am eliminating the screen. Right? कहाँ पे all? In C. All state of the art instruments. No. Every single instrument which is state of the art they have. So all is not at all excessive. Answer is not at all excessive. Do you get that? In 16th one? Okay. 17th. No method of making other people agree to your viewpoint is as effective as this method. Okay. No method of making other people agree. No, technically I think the word other should come. No other method of making other people agree to your viewpoint is as effective as this method. Because this method is effective. So we cannot say no method is effective. No other method is as effective except this. So this word other is missing there. Right? No other method of making other people agree to your viewpoint is as effective as this method because no other thing is there. Correct? Okay. 18th. I was pretty sure that he would support my views for changing the age-old and static structure of our organization. I was pretty sure that he would support my views. Views on. The views are on. Views on changing the age-old and static structure of our organization. Right? There are certain prepositions which always go with certain words. You give your views on something. The views on is the word, not for. That's the error. My views on changing blah 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 blah. Right? आगे चलें. I thought it should be to change the. He would support my views to change the. See, either way it is correct, Sanskriti. Even if you say he would support my views to change the age-old and static structure of our organization, still the error is in part DC, and that is what was required. So either way you can do it, no problem. Okay. So these 5 questions, how much could we have scored? Bit tough, but you could have got at least 2 out of 5, and I'm going to go very low. Right? You could have got at least 2 out of 5. Bless me. Chalo. I'm going to go very, very conservative in today's paper. right? I'm going to go with the minimum scores in today's paper. Chalo. Choose the alternative which best expresses the meaning of the idiom. So 21 to 25 is idioms. So C, C, B, C, and A. Want me to explain something? Then ask. Shubhankar, after I complete the entire thing, बड़ा late तो आता है यार. 16th में क्या? Can it be all the state? The laboratory of physics is not only equipped with all the. Nahin. Not. You don't go for a minor change when a major error is there. The major error is not only equipped with नहीं आएगा. Equipped not only with. That's the sequence. So saying the all the nahin. All state of the art instruments. The will, in fact, the will not come there. Okay. Aditya is asking 25th. The politician was able to sway the mob with his gift of the gab. Fluency of speech. No, fluency of speech. Gift of the gab is when you can talk very well. It's not flattering. It's just the ability to convince. Like lawyers have gift of the gab. So lawyers don't use flattering words. Lawyers simply are very fluent in their speech. So gift of the gab is simply fluency of speech. 21st. He always cuts both ends. इस साइड से भी बात करना, उस साइड से भी बात करना. Right? Argues in support of both sides of the issues. To cut both ends means to support both the sides. So it's not A. It's not working. It's specifically arguing about something. 23rd one. Chandu used very ugly words against his kind uncle. He threw down the gauntlet. To throw down, see, gauntlet means glove. A gauntlet is something like a glove. This comes from the Middle Ages. When two knights or when two warriors wanted to challenge each other, they would take off their glove and throw it on the ground. So that metal glove, when they used to throw it on the ground, that was actually a challenge to the other person, right? Now gauntlet, the thing that Thanos wears in Avengers, that's called a gauntlet. So when you throw down the metal gauntlet, it actually used to be a symbol that I want to fight with you. I'm challenging you to a fight. So from that practice of Middle Ages, we get this expression. So when you throw down the gauntlet, you are actually challenging somebody, right? To throw down the gauntlet. To throw in the towel actually means to give up. Yes, Aditya, that's right. 23rd, now did everybody get throwing down the gauntlet? I hope everybody understood it. Throwing down the gauntlet, what it means. Okay. Chandu was being abused. How is he challenging? Used very ugly word. Okay. Obviously, when you want to fight with somebody, don't you like have bola chali, have words with that person beforehand? Right? You don't do pyarish mohabbat wali baatein and then challenge. Obviously, verbal abuse takes place. Even in cricket, a lot of verbal abuse takes place. So that is very appropriate there. Sanskriti? Okay. 24th one. Having sold off his factory, Mr. Roy is now a gentleman at large. Gentleman at large literally means vella banda. But vella with a lot of money. So जिसको पैसे की फिक्र नहीं है. So a person who has no serious occupation. Literally it means vella. Gentleman at large literally means vella. Get it? Okay. Gautam, like I said before, it is up to you to decide in what order you want to attempt the paper, right? This is my strategy that I keep talking about. You guys have to always experiment and in the actual paper, use what works best for you. That should keep changing. Chalo. So this also, you could have got at least 2 out of 3, right? At least 2 out of 5, sorry. Minimum 2 out of 5, very well we could have got. So moving ahead then. So 26 to 35. 26 to 35. I'm first going to give you the answers. Hopefully you should get them. And if required, we will see what is required. So 26 say E, D, A, B, D. And 31st say A, D, C, B, D. Yeah, those are the options. Those are the answers. Right? I think it should be doable. Let me just quickly go through it and see. In the decade since reforms were introduced, India has achieved substantial success in the sphere of macroeconomics. Overall growth rate has been commendable. Okay. Commendable is worthy of praise, except for the last couple of years. It bears pointing out that we have now come to view a 6% growth rate. Oh, come on, that is easy. This is a far cry from the pre-reforms rate of 3%. The price level has by and large remained, okay, when you're talking about remaining, then remained moderate, okay. Fine, I don't think it's very difficult. I think you should be able to get this passage. And we can easily get at least 7 of them correct. Right? If not all, at least 7 of them you can easily get right. 34th one. What is 34th? However, the one ambiguous Achilles heel of the reforms has been the... Okay, the moment you take a look at Achilles heel, what is the story of Achilles heel? Achilles was a Greek mythological soldier whose entire body was invulnerable, and his heel was the only vulnerable part. He could be hit only in his heel. So the word vulnerable is always associated with Achilles. So from Achilles, the word Achilles heel literally means vulnerable spot. 34th mein, there is no doubt it has to be vulnerable. Right, Vanshika? 34th mein, it has to be vulnerable. There's no doubt about it. Right, 31st and 32nd. Okay, what is 31st? 31st is imports in spite of dash liberalization. What are my options? Imports in spite of dash have not gone out of hand. Which type of liberalization? Substantial liberalization, exemplary liberalization, indicative liberalization, or conservative liberalization? I think conservative liberalization is the only one which stands to make much of sense. 32 I'm talking about. This amply reflected in the comfortable current account deficits, CAD to GDP ratio have remained way beyond the crisis dash that it had achieved in 1991. 32, okay. Can't get 32. Why am I not able to read? Okay. Below the crisis, proportions. Yeah, proportions should come. Levels. Basically, proportions means levels. So, crisis level that it had achieved in 1991, the ratio was below that. So, 32 is definite. 32 mein the dash requires the word levels. So, levels is synonymous with proportions. So, 32 is proportions. And 33. The rupee has weathered external turbulence rather well, even when East Asia was experiencing dash difficulties. Okay, we have done it well, but they have not done well. So severe difficulties. 33 is also simple. 32 and 33 pretty simple. 32 and 33 pretty simple. Yes. 26. Urmi, I did 26 right in the beginning. The growth rate has been dash except for the past 2 years. So growth rate is commendable. Commendable means worthy of praise. What else can come? It has remained pulsating, shocked या promotable तो makes no sense. Right? Pulsating यानी धड़कना. A growth rate दिल की तरह धड़कता नहीं है. Your heart pulsates. But a growth rate cannot pulsate. Right? धक धक करना. Growth rate धक धक थोड़ी करता है. Pulsate literally comes from the word pulse. So pulsating cannot be my answer. 26th. 30th one. Okay. Exports while dash some sluggishness. Okay. Exports while exhibiting, showing some sluggishness, have been growing. ING wala word aana chahiye. So while they are showing some sluggishness, they have been growing. So exhibiting, obviously 30th mein. 31st. Imports in spite of dash liberalization. 31st का तो A ही है भाई. Shashwat, 31st is A. 31st is A. 31st is 100% A. Did everybody get these ones? Okay. Chalo. And then moving ahead to the next one, last 5. Blah 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 blah. Order of sentences. Okay. Order of sentences. Options. This is D, A, C, B, and D. Any doubts? 36 to 40th one. Easy, relatively easy. Okay, so somebody wants doubt for solving for 36, then 37, then 38, then 39, then 40. In short, you want me to solve everything. ठीक है, चलो. It was this invincible spirit. Which invincible spirit? Right. A is talking about some spirit and something. Okay. He knew. So it cannot start with D. And definitely it does not start with A. It does not start with B because he said. So B वाले starting options तो होंगे नहीं. So CBAD or CBDA. So C and B are together. The revolutionary spirit of Netaji was never dampened. He knew that a war of liberation demanded great spirit, sacrifice, courage and presence. Now, D के बाद A या A के बाद D is what we are looking at. C and B. Japan's surrender is not India's surrender, right? He knew that war of demanded and it is this spirit that he opposed the offer. So it is generally talking about spirits and then referring to that particular spirit. So CBDA should be my answer, right? D refers to it is this invincible spirit. So that spirit is referred to beforehand. So 36 mein A has to come after the mention of spirit. So C cannot be my answer. It has to be CBDA. Got the 36th one. Hope you got the 36th one. 37th one. But all work is not education. Okay? In India, a majority of our people do hard work, strenuous physical work, but all are not educated. It aims at concrete and blah blah realization. What aims at blah blah blah? I don't know. But definitely I know C cannot be my starter. D says work is that activity of man which has a definite objective. So, do I go with D or do I go with B? D says work is that activity of man which has a definite objective. B says in India, a majority of people do hard work, strenuous physical work, but all are not educated. All work is not education, educative value. That means A, B and C have to be together. And D या तो उनके आगे आएगा या तो उनके पीछे आएगा, लेकिन middle में D नहीं आ सकता. So any option where D is in the middle is eliminated. So either I go with DCAB or I go with BACD or I go with DBCA, right? Going with A, all work is not educative. It requires work in front of it. So if I say work is that activity which has a definite objective, what is the objective? It aims at blah blah blah. So D followed by C is very obvious because D introduces the concept of objective and C tells you what that objective is. So definitely A is my answer. Right? 37th, definitely A is my answer. Okay? So A talks about a person, Hari Prasad Nanda. D talks about he rose to fame. So A के बाद D आएगा, right? A के बाद definitely D आएगा. Now between B and C, a few of men had a few of them, a few of what? Them refers to what? So C introduces migrants and then them. So C के बाद B आना चाहिए. So now I am left with, do I talk about Hari Prasad and then do I talk about my immigrants, or do I talk about immigrants and then Hari Prasad? Now, Hari Prasad is one such person. What person? Right? So it talks about immigrants and then gives the example. So pehle CB followed by AD. So C is definitely my best option. Did you get that? The first three solved. Did you get it so far? Now, the last for 39th one. They think that India will disintegrate. Who think? I don't know. What will be the exact shape of India in 2000 can only be a matter of surmise. On the contrary, the prophets of doom say. So D definitely has to come before A because they talks about prophets of doom, right? So D should come before B. D should come. एक second. D should come before A, right? And D before A is there practically everywhere. But it should start with a question. What will be the exact shape? So B is a good beginner. What will be the exact shape? On the contrary, immediately nahi aayega. What will be the exact shape? Prophets think India is doomed. They think it is going to be disintegrated. But on the contrary, patriots think something. Right? So best option BDAC. Best option BDAC. And moving on to the last one. I wish I had more time so that I could visit the old nooks and corners of India. And yet I have not seen many parts of the country we love. Our own country is a little world by itself. So I have traveled a great deal and yet I have not seen. So D followed by B is good. And after saying that I have not seen, then you wish I had seen. And itself you introduce I. But C is separate. So C, D, B, A. D is my answer. Which one, Aditya? D, A, C, B for which one? Aditya, C for which one? Question number 40. Okay, Shubhankar says B and Aditya says C. Let's see. Right? Let's check what it would be. If I take B as my answer, DBCA. I have traveled a great deal of this country and I have grown in years. And yet I have not seen many parts of the country we love so much and seek to serve. Our own country is a little world by itself with an infinite variety in places for us to discover. I wish I had more time. Now, take a look at it. A, B, and D, all of them are about me. And C is about the world, but it does not involve I. So all statements involving I, that is A, B, and D, have to be together. So B cannot be my answer. And ADBC, I wish I had more time to travel. I have traveled a great deal. No, first you say I have traveled a great deal. I have not seen many parts, so I wish I had more time. Right? Because you start with something positive, that I have done so much, but this is left over. We don't say, I wish I could do this, and then say that I have traveled a lot. The sequencing is always that. Aditya, starting with C is actually the best because you talk about you introduce that the author is going to talk about travel, about going and discovering places. Then he talks about what he himself has done. So CDBA actually makes a great option. Right? So here we could have got something like 3 out of all of them. So far, I don't know how much time you would have spent, but you could have got at least 14 of them, right? So 12 to 14, very conservatively, without the reading comprehension part. Without the reading comprehension part, out of 25, you could have got 12 to 14 marks. And I'm including negative in that. Right? if we go back to RC, the score might go up a bit because 15 questions and single RC. But so far, 12 to 14 is fair enough. Right? Okay. So I have completed my portion of English and GK, 2 sections done. Now either I have the choice of whether I want to go in for reasoning or maths. And I've seen the reasoning section seems a little bit dicey, but does not seem to have too many long questions. So I'm tempted to go in for the reasoning section. Right? I'm tempted to go for the reasoning section. Kavya, I have assumed that I have done GK in the beginning. I never 50 question GK. I just need to give you the key. Right? There's no discussion to be done in GK. It's either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. So I always assume that GK is done. Right? In the beginning itself, I said 20 minutes, 22 to 25 in GK. Then I went on to do English. So now, technically, I have completed GK. For me, except RC, English is done. Now I'll be taking a look at logical reasoning. Okay? Logical reasoning mein, the first 111 question is simple. 112 bit long. 113 to 15 easy. So let's take a look at what should be the answers to these. B, C, A, B. If you want me to solve any one of them, tell me now. 111 to 115 is B, C, A, and B. And 113th and 114th. Okay. Okay. 113th. Come on, guys. 113th to Pappu hai. Right? Having written the English alphabet in the reverse order. First, delete every second letter. So first I will write Z, Y, X, W, V, U, and so on and so forth. Then delete every second letter. So every second letter you have eliminated. So from 26, you have eliminated half of them. So 13 letters will remain. Which is the one which divides them into 2 equal halves? So 6, 1 and 6. So from the left, whichever is the 7th remaining letter will be your answer. Literally all you have to do is ABCD. All you have to do is ABCD. Yes, Kavya, it's very time consuming. A to Z लिखने में बहुत time लगता है. Come on. I have already told you this paper is a lengthy paper. So I'm not going to worry about saving too much of time. I'm going to concentrate on getting answers right because I know it's not a high scoring paper. तो यहाँ पे जो question में आपको answer मिल सकता है, करो. Even if you write down entire ABCD, please tell me 30 seconds में you can do it. हाँ, Sanskriti and Z. See, you don't need to write ZYX in reverse like that. You can right to left ABCD ऐसे लिखो ना. ZYX reverse याद करने को कौन बोलता है? Write ABCD in reverse. पप्पू question है. Okay. Somebody actually wanted the 111th one. That is strange. 111th one. A cricket ball is less than hockey. A volleyball is less than football. The hockey is less than football. So volleyball कहाँ पे आएगा मुझे नहीं पता. And but hockey is less than football but heavier than a tennis ball. So tennis ball कहाँ पे आएगा मुझे नहीं पता. But which is definitely the heaviest one? That should be pretty simple. Come on, guys. Football is definitely the heaviest one. There is 111th. Kavya, what's the problem in 111th? Very simple one. Right? You just need to carefully do it. Light कौन है? I won't be able to answer. But heaviest तो definitely simple. Okay. So 112th, 130th. Okay. 114th also somebody wanted. 114th. Oh, come on. Shankar is shorter than Salim but taller than Simon. Suresh is shorter than Salim but taller than Shankar. Huh? No, 114th you wanted, right? An accused is more powerful than the deceased. Police are less powerful than the lawyer. The accused bends his head before the law police. So who is the most powerful? Lawyer. Sorry. 114th. Who's the most powerful? हाँ, but सबसे powerful कौन? From the, it's not saying from these who's the most powerful. So all this is simply bakwas. From the given options, obviously the court is the most powerful one. This is like one of those brain teaser type questions. Right? Because the question does not say who's the most powerful of all from the people mentioned. So although court is not mentioned, this is one of those stupid questions. This is one of those stupid questions. Yeah. I know. 114A quote. Technically, it's like a GK or vocab or some question like that. It has nothing to do with reasoning. But some papers may have seen once or twice, even CLAT may 4 or 5 years back, one question they had asked some stupid question like this. Even in Symbiosis general paper for BBA and Masscom, I remember some years back they had asked some similar question. Gautam, because who's the most powerful from these four options? Court is obviously more powerful than a lawyer. It does not say who is the most powerful of these four or from those who are mentioned. From the options, the most powerful lawyer. It's a stupid question. It's a very challengeable question. But some papers may they ask for kahin se copy paste marenge and they will do something in it. So not a great thing to do. Right? Yeah, Sanskriti, according to the question, if logic is followed, I also said lawyer before. But the key says court. And like I said, if the a question is copy pasted by the paper setter, then he will blindly follow the answer key given. So this is not a good question, right? Going with the theme of the paper itself was bad, and plus such questions, meh. Right? Shashwat, I am not leaving questions. I am only doing those in which people have doubts. Nobody said 112 before. But 112 mein, do you really want me to solve it? It's a question of assumptions, I guess. 112. Which is the assumption used in the passage? Okay. Which is the assumption used in the passage? Vishwanathan Anand played Magnus Carlsen in 2013 World Cup Championship. They sat at a table at the ballroom of a hotel in Chennai to battle it out for the crown that matters most in chess, the World Championship. Experts gave equal chances to both players to win the title as they felt both players were similar in thinking ability and past records. What is the assumption used in the passage? Okay, which one refutes the assumption? Sorry, which one refutes the assumption? They are assuming that if thinking ability and past records are similar, then both the passages, both the players will have equal chances. Do you understand that? Right? They are saying that if thinking ability and past records are the same, that means equal chance is there. So you need to select an option which shows that their ability to win is dependent on something else also. And C clearly tells, unlike Anand, Carlsen is the product of information edge. So this differentiates between them, so their chances of winning cannot be the same. Right? Got that, Shashwat? Okay. So 111 to 115. We could have got, let's say, three of them. 111 to 115. We could have got, let's say, three of them. Now 116 onwards. 116 onwards. My answers are D, C, B, A, and D. 117th, okay. 119th, okay. That's it, 117th and 119th, okay. 117th, if Salem is coded as 20, oh god, this was there in one of the CLAT papers. Hate this question. This in the exam I will not even touch unless I get it quickly. I may not even touch, but let's see. RST, this is 19, A is 1, LM, this is 12, this is 5, and this is 13. How do I get 23? And Madurai is equal to 35. Okay. Then how is Trichy to be coded? No idea. If I go by something like this and 6, nah, doesn't work. If I add 19, 20, it's already more than 23. So just adding these numbers doesn't work. Adding these numbers doesn't work. And it's a 100% time waster question. There will be some stupid, see one thing which I tried, number of consonants and number of vowels. But then for Madurai it does not match. Right. This has 2 vowels and 3 consonants. This has 3 consonants but 4 vowels. So it doesn't work. So number of, adding the numbers digit wise, number 1 plus, okay, 1 plus 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19, 20 and 23. Okay. And if this is 13, 1, 4, this TU 21, RST, this is 18, 1 and 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 21, 22. Does Madurai add up? Does Madurai add up? Millie? Nah. See, for one it works, but for the other one it does not work. So I will not, see, this is going to be 100% time waster. Right. After 1 or 2 attempts, if I don't get the logic, I'll simply quit and move ahead. I'll not even try to think about it. Right? It doesn't make sense to do this one. Doesn't make sense to do this one. For 118, what is 118th one? 118th one, there was a partial closure of the special window that was opened by RBI for oil companies to buy their dollars directly from the central bank. The rupee has been sliding in the last few trading sessions. Okay. If the rupee is sliding, then because of that you will close it, or will there's a closure of window and because of that the rupee slid. There was a partial closure of the special window that was opened by RBI for oil companies to buy their dollars from central bank. So when you no longer can buy dollar, will that lead to rupee? Again, not an economics champion. Somebody with knowledge of economics will be able to tell which is the cause and which is the effect in this one. Although answer key says B, that A is the cause and B is the effect. But I'm not an economics person. So 118, nah. Again, will not solve this. 118th would not solve this. The answers given in the key for 116 onwards is D, C, B, A and D. Right? Daphod paper. Okay. So 116 to 120. I will assume we would get hardly 1 or 2 questions. I will be very pessimistic and say we got only 1 question out of these 5. And we also wasted a lot of time. So 116 to 120. Barely 1 question out of 5. If you got more than that, very good. but I'm talking about bare minimum. 120th one I think was pretty simple. If you got more than 2 or 3, excellent. Yes, Gautam. Gautam, just type the question. Typing out के doubt है itself will waste a lot of time. Just type out the doubt. Even if there is no negative marking, मैं तुक्का ही मारूंगा. I can't understand the question. सलीम वाला भी, there is some error apparently. Because एक बंदा एक से tall भी निकलता है और दूसरे से short भी निकलता है. So I'm not even going to touch that question, right? And तुक्का में तो कुछ भी मार्क करो, makes no sense. So तुक्का में ABCD इंकी पिंकी पोंकी करना है, which generally I don't like doing. Even in the actual exam, जितना हो सके I try avoiding तुक्का. If I can intelligently guess something, then fine. But without that, won't mark anything. मधुरा सेलम वाला, अच्छा not सलीम, सेलम वाला, उसमें भी जब when I can't make any sense of it, then why should I attempt? तुक्का भी नहीं मारूंगा, छोड़ ही दूंगा मैं the question. I'm not even going to waste any energy in that, right? Because I don't believe in my luck. Bad thing. Yeah, Salem wala, nah. Madurai Salem wala, definitely I will not do. Won't even touch that question. Chalo, 121 to 125. 121 to 125. C, D, A, and B. Yeah. 121 to 125. One 24 is A, right? Yeah, 124 is A, Kavya. 124 A 124, हाँ 124 तो A ही है ना. हाँ 122nd and 124th. Okay. Chalo, 122nd. Which of the following is an assumption of the given proposition? What is the given proposition? The question is above. Every holy river in India is going to lose its holiness and percentage of population is only increasing in spite of expending millions of rupees for treatment by the government. Okay. Which of the following is an assumption? Treatment of water is not done. We are saying in spite of spell. That means treatment is done but not enough. India is long known for its reverence of rivers. India respects rivers, but whether it is known by outsiders, nothing about that. Unlike other parts of the world, there is no comparison with the world. So there are rivers which are much polluted is the only reasonable assumption which can be made in 122. And 124th, which of the following is the inference? The government is not serious about cleaning rivers. I don't know. Pollution divests rivers of holiness. No, it is losing the holiness and it is losing pollution. But pollution causes loss of holiness. That I cannot reasonably say. India is using polluted river for drinking की तो कोई बात ही नहीं है. And India is against the idea of seeking technical help from about nothing like that. Only reasonable one is A. Right? 124th. The only reasonable one is A. Yeah. We are spending millions of rupees, but none of the other options are even close to it. So reasonably other than A, nothing else can be derived. Many of you are asking, if the government is not serious, why would they spend millions? We spend millions on lot of stuff. Does not mean that we are serious about it. Many a times, just for the sake of show off, things are done. Just spending money doesn't mean that it is spent correctly. Spending money, but is it spent properly? You are spending it. but no result is there. How, if you are serious, then shouldn't there be some result? See, it is say holy river is losing its holiness and pollution is increasing. But are both of them because of another reason, or are they cause and effect? That I don't know. So B cannot be my answer. B definitely cannot be my answer. B definitely cannot be my answer. Rain causes things to be wet, rain causes plants to grow. So plants cause things to be wet. You can't say like that. Right? So here I think you could have got 3 of them, if not more. 120, 1 to 125. We could have got 3 of them at least. Aditya, if none of these was an option, then easily you could have gone for it. But it is not. So least bad option you have to go with. You have to go for the least bad option. Okay. 126 to 130. 126 to 130. (136 to 130). Puzzles, at least 2 of them, 126 and 127, are both puzzle types. 128 verbal, 129 verbal, 130 verbal. Okay, fair enough. 129 and 130, 126, in short everything. Okay. 126, the tourist can tour at most 4 places. I think this is simple. You have to use the conditions that which one, if A is included, then C and G are excluded. That means A, C and G cannot be together. A and G cannot be together. Right? If neither E or F is included, then B or G or both can be included. That is, E and F में से कोई भी ना हो तो B and G हो सकते हैं. So B is also included, only D. It's very simple. Direct elimination of options. Sanskriti, this one to straightforward elimination of options. This is a conditional puzzle. We have done lots of conditional puzzles. Do you get it? Okay. Now did you get it, Sanskriti? Okay. 129 and 130. 129 and 130. Let's take a look at it. Original premise क्या है? Since Venus rotates slowly, Fred Whipple thought that like Mercury, Venus keeps one face always towards the sun. If so, he said that the dark side would be very cold. However, he knew that with the help of earlier study carried out by Petty and Nicholson, it was not the case. So he concluded that the planet must rotate fairly often to keep the darker side warmer. Now, that was not the case. If it was rotating slowly, then the dark side would be cold. But later he proved that it is not so slow. So the original premise is slow rotation of Venus. 129th, Shubhankar, Kavya. The original premise was that it is slow, which was later disproved. Did you get that? Okay. 128th. Which one describes the method which the passage indicates? Okay. Read carefully a brief summary of one of the investigations. While investigating the murders of Stangerson and Enoch Drebber, he got into conversation with fellow detectives. The last link, my case is complete. Could you lay your hands upon those pills? After he got those pills, Holmes cut one of them, dissolved it in water, and placed it in front of the terrier. Contrary to his expectations, the animal survived. Though disappointed a bit, he thought for a while, then cut the other pill, dissolved it, added milk, and placed before the animal. The moment it licked, the animal died. Those were the pills present at the scene of crimes. It is not imagination. Observation is just looking at things and it is not thought. He's actually doing something himself. So it's definitely an experiment. This one is straightforward. Terrier is a breed of dog. A terrier is a breed of a dog. Like you have Alsatians and Dobermans. A terrier is a breed of dog. छोटा सा होता है, भौंकता बहुत है. It's a royal pain in the butt. It just keeps चिल्लाते रहता है. Shubhankar, observation is when you don't do anything. You observe the movement of the moon because you don't control it. Here, he's not observing something happening on its own. He is doing something on his own. He has given the pills to the dog. So, a thought experiment. Okay, I'll give you an example. Have you heard of Schrodinger's cat? Do you know what is Schrodinger's cat? No? Okay. Imagine that there is a box and inside the box there is a cat. And with the cat, there is a cup of poison with milk. The box is closed. You can't look into the box, right? In a closed box, there is a cat and a glass of poison and the box is closed. Now, without opening the box, do you know whether the cat is alive or dead? No. So, when you do not know that state, technically it can be both alive and dead. Now, in reality, you cannot do this. Obviously, unless you are a sadist who wants to kill animals, right? But nobody does this experiment. It's only a thought experiment, right? In thought, you just imagine this. You're not actually going to do it. It's a thought experiment, right? That is known as a thought experiment. Something which you only suppose, you don't actually do in reality, right? Okay. So here, how many of these questions could we have got? Again, I guess we can be a bit optimistic and say that we could have got at least 3 of them right. Millie, exactly. It's like imagination. That's why it's called a thought experiment. Imagination is always in thought. Millie, now do you understand? It is imagination and that's why it's called a thought experiment. It's not an actual physical experiment. It only happens in your mind. What will you do if you get the powers of God? Now you can't prove this. So it's a thought experiment. Chalo. Done with these. Then we move on 131 onwards. 131 onwards. Lot of verbal, I guess. 131 onwards. Which ones? One 131, 132, 134. Okay, 131, 132 and 134. ठीक है, चलो 131. क्या करना है? Which one of the following aptly describes the distribution of dominant and recessive characteristics? Okay, Gregor Mendel is examining. Do I even need to do before? In Mendel's experiment, the distribution of characteristics was done very systematically. Answer should be systematic. We thought you were reading the passage, but let's read the passage. In examining the tea plants, found 2 sharply marked races, tall and short. He experimentally fertilized flowers of tall plants with pollen of short. The offsprings were tall. He next let the flowers of the first generation be fertilized with their own pollen. Then shortness reappeared. Tallness and shortness were distributed not at random, but in a definite, constant and simple ratio. Definite, constant, simple. That's systematic. 3 dominant to 1 recessive. Random but definite and constant and simple. Right? So it's not equal interval, but it's systematic. There is method to the randomness. So definitely A, 131. Why not what, Shubhankar? It is not equal interval because the word random. It is predictable. It is simple. There is a ratio, but it is random. It is 3, 1, 3, 1. This is not an equal interval. 2, 2, 2, 2. This is equal interval. This is not equal interval. It is systematic but not equal. Equal means exactly the same interval. So 3:1 is a predictable ratio. It's a systematic ratio, but it's not an equal ratio. Got that? Okay. 134th was the other one. Okay. Many environmentalists. करना क्या है? Which of the following is the spirit of the... Oh my God. RC का भाई आ गया ये तो. Many environmentalists either adopt double standards or do not know what they're talking about. A protagonist of environment for obvious reasons ought not to be bad for any type of progress because progress without meddling with nature is a myth. But none can live without scientific and technological advance which has singularly made progress possible. Furthermore, environment includes not just forest wealth and hills, but animal wealth also. An honest environmentalist is obliged to address the following questions. First, should man, in the interest of hygiene, kill any living being, be it an insect purported to be harmful or stray dogs? After all, this world does not belong to man alone. Okay, what exactly is this passage? What is the spirit of the passage? Which of these runs counter to the spirit of the passage? Okay, I have to read the question. The passage talks logically, right? In the interest of health and cleanliness, our surroundings must be from disease spreading bacteria. I think the word free is missing here because then that would make A as the answer. In the interest of health and cleanliness, our surroundings must be free from disease spreading bacteria. That is not what the author is saying in the passage. So I think that typo is that word free should have been there, right? With that obvious error of the missing word free, A becomes the answer. Okay. 132nd. 132nd का क्या है? Which of the following is the focus of the debate? Okay. It is said that in a strongly worded reaction to quantum physics, Einstein remarked, God does not play dice. To which Bohr, another great physicist, reacted, saying, do not tell God what to do. Bohr earlier had agreed that we can never know what the properties of an isolated quantum system, though we can know the properties of macrocosmic objects. Okay. What is the focus of the debate? They are not talking about the behavior of God. No. It's not a theological debate. So it's not about the behavior of God. It is definitely about something quantum. It is not about irrelevance of microeconomic or about human knowledge. They're definitely talking about quantum physics. So 110% it is B. What's the doubt in that? That should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, dice. See, dice suggests probability, but that probabilistic behavior of quantum. So the focus is quantum, right? Okay. Was it advisable to leave these long questions and attempt the tricky ones? Again, see, I do not know how much I'll be able to attempt in such a paper. Because a majority of my time was saved because of the 50 questions of GK, I will not leave them at all. I will do them in the end, but I will not leave these questions. And maybe these lamba, like 133rd lamba wala, yeah, in exam, these questions I may not do here. Right now, I'm just solving them because I don't want to come back to them later. But in the exam, any such long question like 133 or 134, I might actually skip it and come back to it later. That is fair enough. I might skip it and come back to it later. No problem. Chalo. 136 onwards. Conclusions. Ooh. Oh, we have done this. Yeah. I remember these questions. ये क्वालिटी एजुकेशन वाला आई रिमेंबर, ये स्पिनर्स मैच वाला आई रिमेंबर. 137th I don't know, but 136 and 138th question to I have seen before in an exercise. Yeah. So then I'm not going to spend too much time. I guess at least 3 of them were very much doable. At least 3 of them very much doable. 137th. Patients with minor ailments usually do not go to eminent doctors. Can I say eminent doctors remain too busy with patients suffering from serious complication or charges are either high? Yeah, the reason for not going to a doctor is either because the doctor is not affordable or the doctor is too busy. Right? Either one of them, I guess. Either or. 137. One of the two reasons is the reason, right? Either you can't afford him or he does not have time for you. So either or is fine. Chalo. 140th. Okay. 140th. Arguments. India, which is already facing the problem of overpopulation, will be vastly benefited as family planning will help tremendously to curb the population growth. With lesser population to look after, the standards of living will improve. So should family planning be made compulsory in India? Looking to the miserable condition, there is no other go. This is my problem. It says, should family planning be made because no, India is popular very against the tenets of some of the regions. Second one, yes. First one, not very happy. There is no other go. Although D is given, but I am not very happy with that. Not very happy with that. I might have marked B as the answer. I might have marked B as the answer. Only the second one. Because, like I said, no other go. When that's an extreme option. I don't know whether to go for D or not. Answer key says D. But me, I would have marked B as the answer. Maybe I would have got it wrong. But I definitely would have argued for B as the answer. Yeah. Chalo. Controversy. 141. Okay, 141 onwards. 141 is B. B for Bombay. (141) is B. Any doubt in that? Okay. C. Shubhankar, which one? 141? Shubhankar, are you asking for 141? Okay. What do we do? Arguments. Nowadays, people go gaga over double powerful sound producing firecrackers without the knowledge of the harm and serious damage that it would cause to fellow human beings. Firecrackers produce very high level of sound and the vibration can travel over a long distance. These are sometimes over 140 decibels. A human ear can bear a maximum of 85 decibels. Sounds above this limit create disability in hearing and causes permanent damage to the ears. Should there be a complete ban on manufacture and use of firecrackers? Okay, everybody agrees with 1 because 1 is there in all of them. So whether 2 is strong or not, should there be a complete ban? Yes, this will, yes, the firecracker manufacturer use child labor. How can this be a part of the argument when it is not in the passage? The passage is talking about noise pollution. Why do I need to talk about child labor in my argument? And Shubhankar, why do I talk about child labor in my argument when the passage is completely focusing on noise pollution? That's an irrelevant argument. Definitely not my answer. Okay. Moving ahead. The last ones, chotu. 142 onwards. C, C, B, B. And 146 onwards. D, A, and D. Seriously, 145th one? Kavya, 145th. FH. F is the 6th letter, H is the 8th letter. So DG, 4th letter and 7th letter. That's it. Very simple. 145th one. Got the 145th one? Okay, 143rd. AST is B, R and U. So N Q V N O R S T U V W E H I J K L M N O P Q. There's no better option for this. OP, it's actually OPW, but that's the closest one that we will get. Right? 143rd. It should be OPW, I guess, but that's the closest that we are going to get. Okay. 146th one. Okay, 146th one. 146th one क्या है? FIL is DGJ. Then what is RUX? So DEFGHIJKL. So LMNOPQR RSTU VWX PSV. So 146th का C should be the answer, I guess. Yeah, 146th का C is the answer. 146th का C should be the answer. Yeah. Done. Yeah, C should be the answer. 146 C should be the answer. Correction. There is no confusion in that. $148. Okay, let's take a look at 148. NLM RPQ HIJK LMN PQR. Okay, ABC. So in that EFG is correct. XYZ okay. B is not my answer. DEF could be my answer. So NLMN, then OP, दो छोड़ के QPR. So if I go with ABCDE, then you should go with the next one. So A is definitely my answer. Vanshika, got that one? Okay. So these last few may easily we could have got at least 6 of them right. The last we could have got at least 6 of them right. So reasoning may we could have scored, let us say 10, 12, 15, let's say around 20. Not very high scoring and very time consuming, but a score of 20 out of 40 is reasonable. So 18 to 20, let's put it like that. 18 to 20. For the 150th one, the answer is D for Delhi. Yeah, Aditya, with marking. That's why I went a little bit low, because I would have left a lot of the Lamba wala questions. I might not have attempted all the questions. So with negative marking, 18 to 20. A bit lower than that is okay, but not drastically. Not a very high scoring section. Right. So done with GK, done with English, done with reasoning. Of course, in English, RC is left. So now we have the beautiful section of mathematics. Is maths going to be any easy? Let us take a look. Will maths save us? Because English was okay. Reasoning was terrible. One of the most terrible papers of English that I have seen, of reasoning that I have seen. Is maths any better? Let's take a look at that. So I'm going to give you the answers first, and then if needed, solve them. So for the first 5, D, all of them D's. Vanshika says math is the savior. Gautam says math is awesome. See, I told you, even for those who generally are not very enthusiastic about maths, when the other sections are bad, even math seems like a decent one, right? So never think of anything as good or bad. Everything is relative. Sometimes English is good, maths is bad. Something math is good, reasoning is bad. Something everything is bad, only GK is good. So we can't expect anything in the paper. Chalo. Costa asking, will you call this paper a typical class? Till about 2019, yes. Even in 2020, yes. Except क्या? Normally ऐसे ही होता है. If they want to make it a tough level paper, this is very typical. Chalo, 91 to 95. Any doubts? Kavya is asking whether symbiosis. No, symbiosis is not at all like this. Symbiosis is very easy. Symbiosis will be way simpler than this. I presume nobody has any difficulties with 91 to 95. जय क्राइस्ट इससे काफी सिंपल होगा. चलो 91 to 95, I don't see any doubts being asked. Very good. So 96 to 100. 96 to 100. What are my answers? 96 to 100. My answers are D, B, C, A and B. Is Christ easier than SLAT? Nah. Both are more or less simple. They are not comparable because Christ has data interpretation. SLAT does not have math. Right? And again, Christ always had native marking. Christ time duration is different. So difficult to compare. But both of them are relatively easy. 96th and 97th one. Okay? Dude, 96 mein you literally have to add all these numbers and then divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You just have to add and divide by 8. 96th मिली उसमें तो सिर्फ एडिशन एंड डिवीजन है. हाँ, कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक. 97. Approximate amount of compound that can be gained on the amount of this at the rate of 7 at the end of 3 years. So 3080 का 7% कैलकुलेट करो, ऐड करो, वापस 7% कैलकुलेट करो, वापस ऐड करो, वापस 7% ऐड करो, कैलकुलेट करो. लंबा चौड़ा करना है तो कर सकते हैं. और आई कैन से 10% इज 308, 1% is 30, so 3% is 90. So 10% minus 3%, 308 minus 90 is 218. So 220 roughly मैं डाल दूं. So in the first year it becomes 3,300. Then 3,300 का 10% is 300, 3% is 90, so 210. So 210. This becomes 3510. And then do it one more time. You will get the answer. Right? So 96th and 97th. Got that? 96th and 97th. Okay. Gautam, I don't know why SNU is of that level. तो SNU वालों को पूछना पड़ेगा ना. CLAT and Symbiosis, they give easy papers. SNU is giving a difficult paper. Why does somebody give a paper as easy or difficult? That I don't know their mentality. It is up to them. But I always like difficult papers. Cut off low जाता है. चलो 101 onwards. And I'm going to give you all the 106 onwards also. So 101 to 105. CLAT like this, Jay, somewhat. CLAT will be somewhat like this. But number of questions obviously कम होंगे. Because legal का भी section होगा. Proportionately कम questions होंगे. 101, then 104. Okay, I have to pick the wrong number in the series. 2, 6, 15, 31, 56, and 91. Two, 6, 15, 31, 56, and 91. Which one is the wrong number? The first दो का difference is 4. Then the difference is 9. Then the difference is 16. अरे वाह. Then the difference is 25. And then the difference is 35. Oh, here 91 is error. Differences are squares. Last 91 is the odd man out. Yes. 101st one. The difference between the numbers should be perfect squares. Okay. 102nd. X can fill it in 48 minutes. Y can fill it in 64. If both the pipes are simultaneously opened, then when should pipe Y be closed so the tank is full in 36 minutes? Okay. So let's assume that Y alone fills it in X minutes. So X and Y together, they have filled for 36 minus X minutes. 102 वाला ये फंडा समझ में आया? Because the complete tank has to be filled in 36 minutes. So X and Y together, they will fill for 36 minus X minutes. Y alone is going to fill for X minutes. Because the total time is 36 minutes. Sanskriti, did you get this portion? Yahan tak? Okay. So, for 36 minus X minutes, X and Y per minute are filling up. And for X minutes alone, Y alone is filling up. That means the complete work is done. Solve it, get the value of X. That is the number of minutes for Y remains open. So 36 minus that is the time after which X should be closed. See, X and Y together, they fill 1 upon 48 plus 1 upon 64 per minute. Did you get that? Per minute, X and Y are filling this much. So, in 36 minus X minutes, they will fill this much. Similarly, Y alone will fill this much in X minutes. And the total is always 1. Because 1 upon 48, 1 by 64. So total is 1 by 1, which is 1. And that's why this equation. Got it? Okay. So 102nd done. Okay. 102nd के बाद which one did जनता want? 105 तक दूसरा कोई? 103, 104, 104. Okay. What fraction of 4 by 7 must be added to itself to make the sum one integer 1 by 14? That is 15 by 14. So X is 15 by 14 minus 8 by 14, which is 7 by 14, which is 1 upon 2. Unless I did some mistake. No. What fraction of No. I'm reading the question wrongly. एक second. What fraction of 4 by 7? So some part of 4 by 7. Yeah, sorry. So 4 by 7 is x is equal to 15 by 14. So x is equal to 1 by 2. Now 1 by 2 is what fraction of 4 by 7, right? 4 by 7 mein I have to add half, but half is how much of 4 by 7? That is 7/8 of 4 by 7. Yeah. So half, I did this right, but half is not there. Half is what fraction of 4 by 7? So half is 4. That is the answer. So 104th. Yeah, interpretation. It's just a problem of interpretation. Right? So 105th also, okay. A crate of mangoes contains one bruised mango. So in 30 mangoes, one is bruised. And 3 out of 4 are unstable. That means out of 120, if 4 are bruised, then 3 are unstable. This is mangoes, this is bruised, this is unstable. Unsaleable, sorry. There are 12 unsaleable mangoes. So 4 multiplication factor hai iska. So how many mangoes? 480 mangoes. This is easy. Ratio का question था 105 का. Right? 105 is simple. Okay. Unsaleable, जिसको बेचा नहीं जा सकता. That which cannot be sold is unsaleable. Did everybody get it? Shubhankar did not get it. Okay. See, ratio क्या है? Then there are number of mangoes. If it is 30, then number of bruised mangoes is 1. Now, if 4 bruised mangoes are there, then unsaleable is 3. So all 3, the ratio is 120 is to 4 is to 3. I'm multiplying the first thing by 4. Right? Okay. So now if there are total 12 unsellable mangoes, so 3 4s are 12. So total will be 120, 4s are 480. Now did you get it? Okay. Chalo. 106 to 100, 106, 107. Anyone among them? 106, 107 में से कोई? 107. A student multiplied a number by 3 by 5. And the answer which you get, 3x by 5, is incorrect. The actual answer should be 5x by 3. So what is the percentage error in calculation? Instead of 5x by 3, you are getting 3x by 5. So numerator में 25 की जगह पे 15 आ रहा है. So 100 की जगह पे 60 आ रहा है. Is that it? Sorry, this should be 9. Sorry, this should be 9. So this should be 36. So instead of 100, I'm getting 36. So error is 64. Got the 107th one? Kavya? Okay. 107th, 108th, nobody is asking. 109th. If 7 spiders make 7 webs in 7 days, then 1 spider is making 1 web in 7 days. 109th is simple. Sanskriti. If number of spiders, number of days, if 1 spider takes 7 days to make a web, then 7 spiders in the same 7 days will be making 7 webs, right? if one spider takes 7 days to make one web, then 7 times the number of spiders in the same time will make 7 webs. So if one spider makes one web in one day, 7 spiders in one day will make 7 webs. So 7 spiders in 7 days will make 49 webs. That's logic. Here, no mathematics, it's simple logic. 108th one. On selling 12 notebooks, he makes a profit. Let the SP of one notebook be equal to 1. So total SP is 12, profit is equal to 4, cost price is equal to 8, profit percentage is 50%. Pappuest problem in the world. 108th one, pappuest problem in the world. ये तो 100% चंदन सर ने करवाया हुआ है. Did you get it? Everybody? Okay. 109th also done. Okay. 110th anyone? 110th. Okay. 110th. 7 men can work a piece of work in 12 days. That means total 12 sevens are 84. 84 man days are required for the total work. After 5 days, 2 men left. So total 7 men have worked for 35 days. That means 49 man days जितना काम बाकी है. 49 man days का काम बाकी है and 5 men are left. So technically 9 point something. So that means 9 4/5 days are left. Got it? 110th one. Okay. So this maths 20 में से 10 तो minimum आना चाहिए. You could have got at least 10 out of 20. Minimum is 20. $111th is logical. Easy. 111th तो पप्पू क्वेश्चन है. 110% scoring है 111th one. Namra. It's a very good question. It's an excellent question. In fact, I solved the 111th question. Logical reasoning का है. You're asking that judge and court वाला. हाँ वो तो stupid question है. वो छोड़ भी दे तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Right? Okay. So coming finally to my reading comprehension passage. Which one? Like that only. Namra, which one is like that? 100. Question number 111. ये cricket ball वाला? नहीं, दिस इज तो 100% वेरी लॉजिकल. इसमें तो कोई भी सी क्रिकेट बॉल इज लाइटर देन हॉकी, वॉलीबॉल इज लाइटर देन फुटबॉल, हॉकी इज लाइटर देन फुटबॉल, बट वॉलीबॉल कहाँ पे है आई डोंट नो. वॉलीबॉल इज डेफिनेटली लाइटर देन फुटबॉल बट बाकी नहीं पता. एंड हैवियर देन टेनिस, तो हैवीएस्ट तो डेफिनेटली फुटबॉल ही हुआ ना. इट्स 110% लॉजिकल क्वेश्चन. ओके, नाउ we are left with just our reading comprehension. So we go back to the beginning of the paper. Single passage, 15 questions. I'll give you the key and then you can check what your score should have been. So the 15 questions and the key to them. And the last, yep. Yeah, people are very less test friendly, Namra. Very true. Do you know something? This simple fact of who all are staying in this session or attending this session is a very good indicator for me of how the performance is going to be in the final actual exams. Believe me, this is a very good indicator for us to identify who are the serious candidates and who are not. And I will not be surprised with the final results. Anyway, so these are the final 5, and I'm assuming we'll get at least 8 to 10 of them correct. I'm going with a minimal low score of 8 here. So then what should be my overall score in this paper? This overall score will be pathetic in this paper, right? A score of 70 to 75 with negative is practically okay in this paper. This is such a bad scoring paper that, but still minimum 70, 75 is doable. 4th and 6th, 9th and 10th. Okay, let's take a look at that. 4th and 6th, 9th and 10th. Which of the following is not a characteristic of bureaucratic culture? Which of them is not a characteristics? Managerial competencies are nurtured, right? You have to pay attention to the question where they're asking which is not a characteristic. Namra, if such a paper we mark BC, बीच में नम्र याद है डी पूरा सीक्वेंस आया था आंसर का. तुक्का मारिंग in such a paper where there is negative marking is never advisable. Never ever make the mistake of marking tukka if it is, because there is a 25% chance of getting it right and 75% chance of getting it wrong. The odds are not in your favor. Third may be, which of the following is not true? You have to identify which one is not true. Does pressure on managers come from within? Number, if you don't get any, leave it. See, I'll tell you what. There is an exam called CAT. I'm sure you must have heard about it. It's an MBA entrance exam. In one exam, there was some person, he did not attempt a single question in that paper. He left all questions in that paper, and yet he got almost 30-35 percentile as the rank, which means almost 30-35% of the students got negative scores in the paper. In a negative marked paper, 0 is never the lowest score. There will be people who will be getting overall minus marks, right? Unless you want to go in that region, it's better to leave the question than get negative, because the possibility of getting negative is 3 times the possibility of getting it correct. For every 1 correct, the chances of getting it wrong are 3 times. Not good odds. So never tukka maro 5. Vanshika. Okay, first of all, are we done with this? So, see, you'll have to go through the complete passage and take a look at each of the options. But guys, for RC, what I want you to do is, now that I have given you the key, I want you to once again read the passage, then check the correct answer according to the key, and then see what answer you give. Because once the key is there in front of you, sometimes it may make more sense on why it is right and why what mistake you did, right? So I want you to go through the RC once again and then compare the answer given in the key with what you marked. Many times you will find out what error you made, right? No, third is not C. Third one is D, if I'm not mistaken. Third is D, right? I was just asking whether the passage says that it is from within. Okay. Okay, Vanshika is asking about the new IIM Rohtak course for law. That's like asking what is the view on a film which is not yet released. IIM has not even released, it has just started the course. No idea who is the teacher. Other than the brand name, nothing is there. So nobody can say anything about it. The IIM brand name is good, but other than that, absolutely no idea. But one thing which is positive is that management colleges generally do have knowledge of law, because in management, law is a subject which is taught. At least corporate law, parts of corporate law are taught. IPMs at new IIMs, see, any management program at the IIMs are definitely worth it. Management programs at the IIMs are definitely worth it because they always have expertise in management. Something like law at IIM, because it is partially related, and IIMs obviously are great in their brand name, तो ठीक है. But obviously you cannot compare them with the NLUs. NLU कोई भी मिल जाए तो I will not take the law at IIM. But rather than taking some 2-bit ka local college, at least I get a brand value. That's the only फायदा of getting into an IIM law. But definitely there is no harm in applying for it. Worst case scenario, it will be easy to get into. What should be a good score for RC? Without reading the complete RC and questions in detail, I'm still guessing at least 50% तो आ ही होगा. At least 50% तो आना चाहिए. सलीम वाला क्वेश्चन. गौतम. सलीम या सेलम? 9 out of 15, fair enough. Aditya, fair enough. RCs में anyway, if there is a complication, I never go too ahead. Guys, by the way, if there are any doubts, then you can hang around and ask. Else we are done for the day. Huh? You're done for the day. You may exit the session. And just a quick heads up, there's no GK session this Sunday. We'll be resuming from next Sunday onwards. Because Path Sir is temporarily not available. So we won't have a GK session unless, of course, there's any change. We'll be continuing from next Sunday onwards for that. Okay. No, 115th is easy. Sorry, 115th is easy. 117th I say don't do. 115th तो obvious है. It's same as the 111th one. Answer key I will send immediately after the test. I mean, by end of day today, I will obviously send the answer key. Shubhankar, 7 is okay, but you can do a couple of more better. Gautam, 117th. 117th is stupid. I mean, strike नहीं हो रहा है मुझे, इसलिए मैं जो मुझे strike नहीं होता मैं stupid बोल देता हूँ. But 117th is not very obvious as a question. Okay. So if you are done, then bye bye.